Fundamentals of Hindu Faith, Part 24. His sect survives near Mathura but has made little impact elsewhere. More important was Vallabha, 1479-1531, who emphasized the erotic imagery of Vaishnava doctrine of grace and established a sect that stressed absolute obedience to the Guru, the teacher. Early in its existence, the sect was organized with hierarchy of senior leaders, Goswami, many of whom became very rich. The Vallabhacharya sect, once very influential in the western half of North India, declined in the 19th century in part because of a number of lawsuits against chief guru descendants of Vallabha. The Shiva sects also developed from the 10th century onward. In South India, there emerged the school of Shiva Siddhartha, still one of the most significant religious forces in that region, and one that, unlike the school of Shankara, does not accept the full identity of the soul and God. A completely monistic school of Shivaism appeared in Kashmir in the early 9th century. Its doctrine differs from those of Shankara chiefly because it attributes personality to the Absolute Spirit, who is the god Shiva and not the impersonal Brahman. An important sect founded in the 12th century in the Kannada-speaking area of Deccan was that Lingayats and Virashivas, heroes of Shiva religion. Its traditional founder, Basava, taught doctrines and practices surprising unorthodoxy. He opposed all forms of image worship and accepted only Lingam of Shiva as sacred symbol. Virashaivism rejected the Vedas and the Brahman priesthood and all the caste distinctions. It also consciously rejected several religious and social conventions, such as the ban against the remarriage of widows, and practiced burial rather than cremation of the dead. Shivaism underwent significant growth in northern India. In the 13th century, Gorakhnath, also known as Gorakshantha, who became leader of the sect of Shivite ascetics known as Nathas, lords from the title of their chief teachers, introduced new ideas and practices of Shivaism. The Gorakhnathis were particularly important as propagators of Hatha Yoga, a form of yoga that requires complex and difficult physical exercises, and that has become popular in the West. These yogis, who are still numerous, influenced the teachings of several of the Bhakti poets. The Bhakti movement, the poets and the saints highly respected ascetics who were at times believed to be incarnations of deities of medieval Bhakti appeared. While the medieval Bhakti appeared throughout India, although all had their individual genius, the Bhakti lyricists shared a number of common features. Unlike Sanskrit authors, mainly well-educated members of the Brahmin class, whose learning and the status shaped their outlook, Bhakti poets were not restricted to a single language or class. They brought to their poetry familiarity with folk religion, unknown or ignored in the Sanskrit text. The use of spoken language, even though it was formalized, made possible the expression of unmediated vision that needed no further context. Thus, the lyrics are intensely personal and precise. These works illustrate the localistic and reformist tendencies evidenced throughout India in the vernacular literatures, especially in Tamil, Bengali, and Hindi. We can see the same in vernacular literature. It is possible that the presence of rulers of alien faith in northern India and the withdrawal of royal patronage from the temples and Brahmanic colleges encouraged spread of the new, more popular forms of Hinduism.